And shifting focus down south amid the rain havoc in the city of Bengaluru, Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister and Bengaluru Development Minister D.K. Shivakumar met the family members of the two individuals who died due to electrocution following heavy rains. Those are the visuals on your screen coming in from Bengaluru. D.K. Shivakumar taking stock of the entire situation, also meeting the families of the two individuals who were electrocuted due to open wires, naked wires in waterlogged areas. And I'm joined by my colleague Siddharth Bhardwaj to get more details when it comes to the reaction of the Karnataka government to the situation in Bengaluru, where heavy rains have pretty much paralyzed the IT capital of the country. Siddharth, give us the latest when it comes to the situation in the IT capital.
Yes, so the city is currently placed under a yellow alert as well for the next few hours. We can expect another spell of overnight rains perhaps. How severe that will be, that is something we have to see. Given that, yes, Bengaluru has been witnessing, pre-monsoon showers for the past week and a half. But it's really starting from Sunday when with the overnight rains that the city is really seeing a lot of damage. And we can see massive waterlogging across the city, result in traffic and even some casualties as well. So today, in fact, Deputy CM D.K. Shivakumar visited the family of one of the victims. Unfortunately, her husband, Mr. Manmohan Kamath, lost his life as a result of a short circuit when he was trying to plug in a motor pump to flush out water that had flooded this apartment's basement here in the PTM layout area of Bengaluru. He has in fact announced a 5 lakh compensation. He has handed it over to the family. He says that he will also visit the family of a boy who also lost his life unfortunately in this accident and see that the necessary compensation is awarded to them as well. Remember, the Karnataka government is under a lot of pressure for holding a success bash of Sadhana Samavesha in the Vijayanagara district of Karnataka to celebrate 2 years of the Karnataka government at a time when the entire state, especially Bengaluru, is coming to its knees thanks to the heavy pre-monsoon showers. So it was very important for the Deputy CM and the Bengaluru in-charge Minister D.K. Shivakumar to take stock of the situation. So that's why he has in fact visited the family. How the government and the civic administration, the BBMP, really handle this rain situation is something we have to see in the coming days, given that year on year we see little to no improvement.
Absolutely, but Siddharth, at the same time, you can see D.K. Shivakumar standing in front of that basement area where you can see the water is so high at the end of the day. The water is not being pumped out, and as you're telling us, the individual who got electrocuted, he was trying to pump out the water from that area, but in turn, as he tried to plug in the pump, he got electrocuted. This is a startling situation coming in from the IT capital. What kind of movement are you seeing from the BBMP to ensure that all these areas, these residential areas, are cleared at the end of the day, because these do pose such a safety hazard? The urban death trap tag that Bengaluru tends to get around this time of the year, once again back in the fold.
Yeah, definitely. In fact, we just CNN News 18 did speak to BBMP Chief Commissioner Maheshwar Rao earlier in the day, and he did mention that they would try to bring in some form of temporary measures to install some sort of sumps across the city to see that the flooding issue can be mitigated. And in the long term, they're planning to have a complete makeover of the stormwater drainage system in the city. Given that this is the main underlying issue, they are saying that there has been a bit of a fast response in few areas, and yes, perhaps to a certain extent that is true. We have seen a slightly quicker response in few areas to see that the waterlogging is cleared as soon as possible. But the fact of the matter is, Bengaluru still has a long way to go when it comes to actually tackling this entire issue, given that year on year we see massive waterlogging result in traffic and tragedy, causing much disruption in the entire city. So Bengaluru has a long way to go in this regard, and it's extremely unfortunate that one man who's trying to clear the waterlogging in his own apartment has unfortunately lost his life, when it's actually the BBMP really that should be going around and ensuring that all the waterlogging is cleared as soon as possible. So clearly there's much that needs to be done. There is a lot more improvement that is needed in this regard to see that such untoward accidents are avoided altogether.
Absolutely. Thank you, Siddharth, for joining us on the broadcast and decoding that for us. Now, Siddharth had that conversation with the BBMP chief. Let's listen in when it comes to the situation in the IT capital of the country.
Bengaluru has continued to see these problems year on year with basically little to no improvement. How do you see the situation, sir? Citizens continue to complain about everyday issues like this.
To apologize to the citizens for inconvenience caused due to rains, because we obviously want to provide the best services. Of course, thing is that for a city of this size which is growing rapidly, when you have rains of 100 mm, there are issues which do crop up, and we have been putting our teams to do our best to immediately resolve the situation. The Honorable Chief Minister, the Deputy Chief Minister have given directions also that you have to do the best and you have to ensure that there should be no inconvenience to citizens. So our whole team is effort, everything is there during these monsoons. Wherever there are drains which are blocked, wherever there are any issues which can be handled immediately in the short term, we will do it. Some action has been taken in the last couple of years for medium-term solutions. The effects are seen. There are no floods in Yelahanka area which used to be perennially flooded. So hopefully we will do our best in the coming days also.
Sir, what is the next course of action ahead? What are the current challenges that the city can deal with on a temporary basis, and what is it that the BBMP is planning long term?
What we are doing is, of course, wherever the encroachments on the drains, where drains are not having enough carrying capacity, we are going to definitely ensure the action is taken. We will also follow up on temporary solutions wherever there are flooding for temporary times. We will put pumps, etc. Arrangements have been made in all locations. All agencies have been activated.